Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon PCast.
Hey, if you think Natasha sounds like shit, you're right. And that's because she is using the ancient Wi-Fi system of the nation of Canada.
Oh, yes, I'm in Canada right now.
What are
Moshe
you
and I
doing
are
in
not
Canada?
together. I am working on a movie.
You're a movie star again?
Honey,
You know,
well,
there's
check this out.
I'm checking.
Yes.
One of the good things about not being in the same location is the ease and organic nature of our back and forth riffery. Natasha, what should I check out?
Yes, we will keep this one a little short due to audio concerns. But, once you start listening for 4 minutes, you'll just get used to it if it's annoying. But anyway, Moshe, you should know that the last time we did one of these call-in audio only episodes, you riffed that we were in Switzerland, and then people in the comments said that I'm getting a facelift in Switzerland, and that's why we're not showing the video. And I just want to confirm
Oh.
that that is true. I got bless surgery. What's it called?
Bleth?
Blesses.
I don't
It's
know.
like your eyelids. It's called like bless. Anyway, I didn't get it, but I'm
Uh,
flattered that anyone thinks I got plastic surgery. I do get microneedling
why is that flattering?
because they think I look good enough that, oh wow, her surgery looks great.
What? What's the logic in that? They haven't seen it yet. They think you
No,
haven't yet
but they've seen
revealed
me
your
since.
look.
They've seen me since.
Nobody's seen you since you've been MIA in the country of Canada. By the way, I can't believe they thought I can't believe they sleuthed out that you were getting a fondue facelift out in Switzerland. Do you think here's the real miscalculation of us, right? It's not that Natasha would never get a facelift. It's that you think we've got the kind of money that we would get a Swiss facelift. We'd be in Tijuana. We'd be
Honey,
in
speak for
Morocco.
yourself.
You
You
ain't
think
going
I'm
to,
getting a Moroccan facelift or a
yeah,
facelift
Turkey.
in T- Tijuana?
Yep, we'd be in
A turkey?
Istanbul.
No, a turkey necklace.
You go to Turkey to get rid of your turkey neck.
Listen, as I turn 51 now, I don't
Looking
really
better than
care
ever.
that I don't really care that much about the attracting the random male gaze.
Really, she said from her hotel room where she's shooting a movie, you don't care about the gaze of the camera, Natasha? We're in showbiz, baby, and you got to get that fondue facelift. Listen, has anyone ever looked good with a facelift? That's the real question.
Oh, for sure. The only thing that doesn't look good is getting your lips done. Why does anyone get their lips done? Don't get your lips done. If I was a singer, I would write a song about how don't get your lips done. It looks bad. Stop it. And it looks so dumb from profile. And it looks the worst when you're like 30 and you have like plastic fake lips. Why do people do this?
I'll tell you what else doesn't look good, Natasha.
What?
The fifth facelift.
What's that?
That's the fifth time you do it. When you get your Swiss punch card, when you hit your bonus on the Swiss punch card, that's when it stops really looking good. Natasha, we've asked this question before, but if you had to get plastic surgery, which
Mm-hmm.
one would you get?
Plastic surgery?
Like I'm saying
Um,
not microneedling, not Botox, an actual I'm talking a scalpel is involved. Nip tuck style. What are you getting? You gotta get something.
I would get I would just, a lot of people get this. I would get it for sure. I probably will get it. Like just your eyelid surgery.
What's that mean? You get them removed so you never blink?
No, no, you get like the extra skin taken off. I don't think you need to do that until like 60 or something.
I would get a labial rejuvenation. I know
Well,
it's an unusual choice for a man, but that's what I would get.
well, once I went in, because I did used to get Restylane put underneath my eyes. I got it like 2 or 3 times. And the last time I got it, I just, my, what's it called? My under eye circles just never came back. But when I went to get it, the woman was trying to talk me into getting strings put from this was 10 years ago, from the corner of my lip to my ears. She's like, I think you're
Oh,
going to need strings. And like, basically, there are these like strings that you put inside your skin that eventually dissolve and they lift up your entire face.
that's called the Geppetto, where I come from. They wanted you to get the old Geppetto, master
Well,
of
I was
puppets.
very offended, to be honest.
Well, listen, I'm trying to think what I would get. I definitely got to get a laser peel to get some of these sunspots removed from being in the out surfing too often.
I see, yeah.
I'm gonna be looking real plump, real fresh, real very soon. I'm gonna be looking like I'm 18 years old, and you're not gonna be able to even look at me without getting moist, Natasha.
You know what else I would do? I would get like C tits.
C cup
Yeah.
or
Like just
C
like
on the grading scale.
no, like because right now I have like hefty A's, but if I got
FBAs.
C's,
Mm-hmm.
if I got C's, I bet you I would be working nonstop.
You already are working nonstop, Natasha, and I've got the 7 a.m. wake up calls for 3 weeks in a row and not doing any sets or taking any work to prove it. I don't need you with
Well,
hefty C's. You better keep those A's, or I'm gonna go
uh,
crazy.
all right. Well, listen, we don't have a lot of time and we have a lot of emails to address.
I got a lot of
So,
time because I'm not doing shit. I'm fucking staying at home in a permanent cuck position while my wife actually works in Hollywood, which is Toronto.
okay. All right. Well, listen, why don't we start answering some of these? Are you ready to pivot?
Yeah, I'm ready to pivot. Hey, and by the way, Natasha, and to our listeners, some of you thought it was pretty insensitive of me to stay home. I've got to watch the kid while Natasha recuperates in the Alps. So, I really, and by the way, we're really praying right now. We could use your prayers that Natasha doesn't have any adverse reaction to the pain medication that she's on or any infection from the incisions. So we could use your prayers. Prayers up, everybody.
Also, really quickly, I read this book, Valley of the Dolls, and in it, the lead woman, I think she's maybe played by Sharon Tate in the movie. Anyway, she turns like 39 and goes to Switzerland and comes back, and everyone's like oohing and awing over her complete facelift at 39.
One more last thing before we move on. If you're hearing an audio differential, that's because I'm on professional audio recording equipment and Natasha is refusing to upgrade from her 17-year-old laptop. So that's just sort of part of what we're working with here. She's spending $165,000 on a Swiss face lift, but she won't spend $900 on a new MacBook. And that is
Well,
just the
listen,
situation.
if anyone has any tips, because I want a MacBook Air and I have this super tiny, light MacBook Air from about 9 years ago, but they don't make it anymore. Why are you
No,
laughing?
because they make a smaller, lighter one now
No,
because
they
the
don't.
technology has improved.
It's bigger.
No, it isn't.
I
It
swear
isn't.
to God, they don't have this one. All right, well, we'll go
They
to the
don't
next
have
one
that
and
one.
look.
That's true. That's true that they don't have that one. They don't sell Model Ts at the Ford dealership anymore either, Natasha. All
All right,
right.
listen, here we go. I'm going to read this first one. Hello, Endless Honeymoon. My girlfriend still plays a playlist her ex made her during sex.
That's funny.
She swears it's just, quote, good music and that it doesn't mean anything. I kind of agree. I vibe with the songs, but I can't stop picturing them together whenever I hear it. She didn't admit it, but one time it was playing and the title was Amsterdam. A place I know that was important to them together. It's not like I want to police her music taste, but it feels weird to have someone else's relationship soundtrack playing in the background of mine. Is it petty to ask for a new playlist? Or is this a totally reasonable boundary? Shayna,
Listen, I got a hot take here. You
what
ready?
is it?
Well, not
Yeah.
only this is a hilarious situation and we should talk about it, but I'm going to go a step further. I kind of don't, I'm not really down with music during sex, period. I think it's a little ridiculous. It's always
That
like,
is a wild take.
it's like, what am I doing? Choreography here? I'm like, I'm dancing, like I'm moving my hips to No Diggity. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, sex is, it just doesn't make, why am I putting a soundtrack on? It's already fun enough. I don't, what I need to
Because
add.
it's sensual, because it
What you want,
opens you
Enya?
up. Music, no, I don't like Enya, but music can open you up. It can inspire you. It can activate different parts of your brain. it can, I don't know. I guess, I have a soul. So for me,
That's different. Yeah. I thought you were cutting your soul out in Switzerland right now in Zurich.
um, well, that's
Okay.
weird that you don't like sex. You don't like sex with music. I guess we don't listen to music when we have sex usually. So that's
Eh,
making sense now.
Yeah, why not? Why don't you play it? If you like it so much, if it opens you up so much, why aren't you busting out some AC/DC?
Because maybe I intuited that you don't like that, maybe?
Oh, you're psychic as well as having a soul? Listen,
Well,
I'm not
listen.
against it. I'm not against it. Okay, I'm gonna quadruple down on my take. You ready?
Yeah.
If you need sex to get in the mood, it's actually because you lack imagination and you need an external source to open you up. Like if you need, oh, when I put on face down ass up, that's when you do nasty sex. But when you put on I hope you dance, that's when you do like soul connecting sex. That's because you weren't able to get there emotionally on your own. I'm open already. I'm already open. I'm a straight certified freak. I'm out here, if I want to pound it raw, I don't need a rapper saying pound that raw. I'm already doing that.
Well, I'm certainly not suggesting listening to old cuts from Yo MTV Raps. I'm
Well,
saying that
what are your go-tos?
maybe. Well, first of all, I've only had sex with you for the past 15 years, so I don't have any go-tos. But I would say a vibey mixtape that an ex gave me sounds pretty good. And to be
This
honest, if we put on some of the cassettes that I've been made,
cassettes? Oh, did you find those in your
I have to.
laptop?
Well, because it's been so long since I like had a boyfriend where I was like having sex to music, because it does kind of seem like a youth thing in a way. But I think I could totally listen to those songs now and not be activated by, the fact that they came from an ex-lover. Because I do think that if someone has good musical taste, um, you can enjoy the music without thinking of them. But here's the thing, it bothers you. And the
Doesn't
Amsterdam
bother
one,
me.
no,
Oh,
no,
it bothers
I'm,
her.
I'm switching it back to the person. And I think that, why listen to the same mixtape? You can just say like, why don't you bring your own mixtape? Why don't you make her a CD, or, however you guys do it now, make them what do you say? A link?
Yeah, yeah, honey, you say a link.
Well, listen, I'm
A
working in
playlist?
Toronto.
A
Wait,
Spotify
can I tell you
playlist?
something?
Yeah.
I'm working in Toronto with some very talented, like 20-year-olds. And they say the things that they say, like they're like helping fix the dialogue. And they're like, you don't say friends with someone on Instagram. You say, I've got them on Instagram. Or
Hmm.
like they have all these like
They say like
things that say,
skibbity toilet, right?
not that, no, but they do say slay instead of copy when they're given a command from the director.
That is
Um,
funny. Slay doesn't mean copy. That doesn't even make
But
sense.
that's, you see, you're old. Slay means
I guess
everything. Slay means okay.
slay is an affirmation. I
Slay
didn't
is
know that.
everything, babe. Slay is everything. But wait, let me tell you this though. Wait, I just want to tell you one more thing. Hold on. About the Instagram. I got
Young
them on
people,
Instagram.
dialogue,
Wait, there was
20-year-olds.
and then the 20-year-old asked me, she's like, you guys keep talking about deep cuts. What does that mean?
She's like, I'm
But
20. I'm living at an absolutely surface level of existence where I never look below anything. What's a deep cut?
no, she's cool. I'm saying it just means like our lingo, even for things that we think are cool, are old.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, this all reminds me, and by the way, I have another observation to make, which is even more scandalous and probably will have to get cut out of the podcast as we talk about music for sex being a young person thing. I like pornography. I look at pornography, especially when my wife is in far away for weeks at a time. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to say that I won't say which, but you know how there's like categories in porn?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yes, of
uncomfortable?
course.
Okay.
No.
There's a certain ethnic category, one
Uh-huh.
ethnicity, where I don't know what it's about, but they watch TV during sex, and I don't get it. I don't get it, but I've observed it enough times to know.
No.
Yes, I've
Wait,
observed
which
it.
ethnicity?
I'm definitely not saying, and I hope that our listeners will figure it out. Swiss. It's Swiss people. All I'm saying is
No, Swiss sounds like massages.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They've got massage music playing, or they have the ambient sounds of a chocolate fountain falling behind them as they make love.
So
This
watching
all
TV during sex, now that I can't get behind.
oh, well, it opens you up. If you watch an episode of Suits, I mean, it'll really open you up. Um, is
It's
this all?
actually kind of rude because it makes you think that someone's imagining someone else, whereas music is more emotional.
Yeah, I'm always imagining Greg Gutfeld when you and I do it. Listen, I this all reminds me of the second time you and I had sex. Do you remember? You probably don't. I was at your house, and which then became my house, but you still had the memories of a different person you had dated, including a tour poster where you and that comedian were co-headlining, and he was on top, and I was on bottom. So of you. And so I was staring up over your body to like prolonged eye contact with your ex. And and that was
You know what's funny too? It was like a huge poster.
oh,
Why was it so
I
big?
it was really big. And the
It
eyes were
was,
staring at me. It was really intense. And I was like, after that, I was like, hon, I think you maybe need to take that tour poster down. I
why
think
was it so big?
I don't know,
It must have
honey.
been a gift. It must have been a joke because it was like a huge poster.
Oh, it's weird because I
Anyway,
remember you saying, "Why is it so big?" during that sexual encounter, and I always
oh
interpreted
my
it one way,
God.
but now I realize I misinterpreted it. Listen, you're 100% right, Natasha, that the solution to this is to say, I don't know why everybody's so afraid of saying something directly. Everybody's so, I mean, it's difficult. I get it. When you're with somebody, it's hard to have like a hard conversation. You just got to say directly, you know what? This isn't even about you. I get that it's just good music. For me, it totally makes me uncomfortable. But I have made a Spotify playlist with similar tracks to this, and you could find. By the way, our friend Andrew Michon. Now, I'm not going to be able to say her name directly because I don't know that I have permission. Andrew is dating a music supervisor. We could, for the right price, I could hire that music supervisor to make you a playlist that's really similar in vibes to the old playlist. It'll only cost you $500, and I think it's worth it.
Hey, listen, no offense to Andrew's girlfriend, but you could probably just load some of those songs into AI and ask them to make similar music. But also, Moshe, you're missing like a huge part, which is you take out all the romance where you're saying, this makes me very uncomfortable. I present you with a DVD, a CD with some similar tunes.
You're right.
You
No,
instead,
you're right.
you in
You're right. Let's keep the romance, and continue fucking to the playlist about the various
no.
locations where her and her ex used to fuck.
No, you just say, "Hey, I made you something," and you give it to them, and then and say and call it sex playlist, and
This
then you're
is
like, "Here, honey,
okay. Then she
why
starts
not?"
playing your playlist and the ex's playlist, and why is it not romantic to be direct and tell a person what you want? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Hey,
It's not. It's not though.
all right. Well, choose your poison. I think we've come to one bit of agreement, Natasha, which is that this
Yes,
person should make their own playlist and add it
yes.
to the fuck mix.
I think that's great advice.
Hey, Tosh.
Yamosh.
One of the biggest struggles in our life is getting our child to eat lunch or just eat anything during the day. But the struggle is over. Thanks to Little Spoon, today's episode sponsor. They deliver real food for babies, toddlers, and big kids straight to your door so meal times actually feel easy.
Their recipes are made with pediatricians. They are packed with hidden veggies, and somehow kids still ask for seconds. Everything's made with real ingredients, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. It's the rare combo of convenient and healthy.
And their meals and snacks will just show up on your doorstep every 2 weeks. Yes, whether it's breakfast on the floor or dinner in the back seat, Little Spoon frees up the time for the things that really matter without having to compromise on ingredients. Meal times are now one less thing for you to think about. And as a parent, that is gold.
Also, Little Spoon is the first baby and toddler food company to set strict, publicly available standards for heavy metals, pesticides, and more in their food for peace of mind.
That's right. No more heavy metals in your toddler snack. No Exodus. No Metallica. No Slayer. Only Little Spoon. Delicious, nutritious treats for your little one. Oh, and here's an exciting thing. Little Spoon is now in Target. So on your next diaper run, you can also grab baby and kids snacks, pouches, yogurt smoothies, and boars. Boars. Plus, Target has an exclusive frozen line. Think their cult favorite chicken nuggets, meatballs, and sliders. Find them in the snack and freezer aisles, and you will become obsessed.
Get 50% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/honeymoon with code honeymoon at checkout. That's littlespoon.com/honeymoon. And don't forget to use our show's code for 50% off your first order.
Little Spoon is the mealtime hack parents can't stop talking about. Try their no prep, nutrient packed meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. Hey, Tosh,
Yeah, Moshe?
you know what I love more than anything else?
My butt?
I love your butt, but I love even more than your butt not paying tons of money for high quality things. And that's why Wayfair is my go to for all things furniture, kids' bedrooms, all that stuff. Wayfair has got me covered.
Whether it's bedding, bath basics, linens, towels, maybe you want to refresh your kids' room, get them ready for the next school year. Maybe you want to get, what I'm looking for on Wayfair right now is like a big fuzzy beanbag chair. She keeps asking for one of those, and there's tons of options on there. Kitchen essentials. Also, we're trying to turn our extra bedroom into a little office for me, and I'm getting some organizational things for my whole little business side of me from Wayfair. Wayfair has a huge selection. Also, they have outdoor items. So everything you need, there's something for every style and every home, no matter what your space or budget is.
Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals, and there's free and easy delivery even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for furniture. You can get big stuff like sofas, dining room tables, beds, desks, and more, all shipped for free. Find your must-haves from furniture and decor to appliances and cookware, all in one convenient place by going to wayfair.com.
Get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Our next writer writes, Honeymooners, I've been seeing a guy for just a couple of months and things are going well. The other day he asked if we could be friends on the Apple Watch fitness app. He already shares his data with his family and a few close friends, and I know it's coming from a place of sweetness. I think in his mind it's a way to be more connected to me and show support. The problem is it feels a little too soon. I'm not sure I want my very new boyfriend to know how many steps I took that day, or how much sleep I got, or whether I skipped a workout. I don't want to feel like I'm being monitored before we've even had our first big fight. At the same time, I don't want to hurt his feelings because I know this is just how he bonds with people he cares about. My boyfriend is a Roomba. So I'm joking, that was my addition. My question is, am I overthinking this? Or is it reasonable to not want to share my step count with someone I've only been dating a short time? How do I politely say no without making it seem like I'm shutting him out? This is fucking dystopian future fucking problems. I cannot with this shit. And all of the language is couched in this, like, everyone's saying something fake. Everyone's lying. She's like, I don't want him to see my steps or my workout skipping. And he's like, this is something I do with my mom. I love having my mom. And in reality, the boyfriend wants to know where she's at, and she doesn't want that level of intimacy. This is about tracking, and it is the way couples interact now. They do establish trust through digital means and following each other's location on their phones.
Really?
Yes, this is real.
Wait, Apple Watch, though, she needs to have one, too, for him to be able to become Apple Watch fitness app friend.
She does, though.
And then the young kids they don't say we're friends, they say, I have them on my Apple Watch fitness app.
They say he's been appled. He took a bite of
I
my
mean,
apple. But this is real.
so,
And
oh my God.
this
Do
is a
people
thing.
get Apple Watches just so they can track people? Is that kind of why
No,
you have an Apple Watch?
I think that's reductive, and I'm open to being corrected by our younger listeners. I don't think that they share
I
location and
don't think it's an
information.
age thing, by the way. I think a
I
lot of
do.
old people have Apple Watches.
No, but it's this thing where you follow their location and you basically you share each other's real-time information with one another. And I don't think it's fair to say it's all about control and monitoring your partner, but it is partially about. I think that they all live in this digital milieu where this is normal behavior to them. And it's a part of a close relationship is that you would follow each other. And yeah, I do buy that he's connected to his mom in the same way. I get that. But
Oh my God.
this is so it's hard for me to even comment on it because it's so foreign to me to be like, "Oh, I'm close to someone, I should start sharing my digital location with them." But I think like in reality, getting honest with yourself about the fact that this is a little too early in a relationship for you to be sharing everything, including your location with your partner, that's a voice that you should listen to.
I'm also a little weirded out by his mother, who he's what, in his 20s, and she knows where he is at all times, or she is at all times. Isn't that
Right.
weird?
It is weird, but I think
Like,
they're speaking a different
when I was
language.
24, if my mom knew like exactly where I was at all times, that seems weird.
You know that there's a setting on the Apple Watch share, like location sharing, where they can tell if you're doing doggy or missionary. Did you know that?
But
I
also, I mean, oh man.
I think what the way that you frame this, you got to get honest with yourself about whether or not you're comfortable with a man having that information, period. It sounds to me, based on the way this person wrote this letter, that she isn't like turned off and freaked out by the idea of sharing this information, period. She just thinks it's a little intimate a little too quickly, which is a funny thing to call intimacy when somebody can see a green dot moving about the city of St. Louis or whatever, wherever they live. But she's got an excuse, which is, oh, I'm not ready to share. It is a little wonky though, because then it becomes, when she says no, that's when she's going to figure out how much about control this was. Because the minute she says no, and then he starts acting shady and jealous and controlling, she's going to have an exact percentage of how much of a controlling man this guy is.
Exactly. Yeah, the answer to this is no. Next.
No,
You
you
just
can't
have to say
say
no.
no. Okay, you be the guy. Ask to share locations with me. We're new in our relationship. Hey, sweetie.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if just like my mother has tabs on me, if I could have tabs on you and we could be Apple Fitness Watch app friends.
No. Next. That's not going to work. She's going to have to say something more than no.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, sure, laugh and say, I don't think so, honey. Or I don't know, be like, yeah, let's or say something flirty like, well, then what do we have to look forward to?
Huh?
You know,
I don't get that one.
I don't.
What do you
Well, or you're
mean?
like that's such a milestone. We can't do that yet. You know.
Yeah, I think the secret here is for her to say, let's table this and revisit it when we're together for 6 months, right? You say, oh God, let's table that. And when we're together 6 months, let's talk about it again.
Yeah, and also you
Agreed?
could just say no. Agreed. Also, just get rid of your Apple Watch. What are you doing?
Would you let me
Life's too
follow you on Apple locations?
I would, if you got an Apple Watch, we would be talking about it in therapy.
You know what's funny is I could share my location with you and I could be like in like a brothel in Mogadishu and know for sure that you would have no idea. There's no possibility that if you can't get a laptop from this decade, that you could ever figure out the location information on an Apple Watch or an iPhone.
All right.
You like
I
that?
will do.
You like that riff?
I love it. I'll do the next one.
Okay.
Dear EH Squad, long time, first time. My wife started sleeping with a giant pregnancy pillow when she was pregnant with our daughter. It made sense at the time. She was uncomfortable and it helped her sleep. But our daughter is now 4 and the pillow's still here every single night. And it's not off to the side. It's between us, like a full body chaperone. We joke that it's our third, but it's honestly getting in the way of everything. Cuddling, falling asleep together, even having a normal conversation in bed. If I try to move it, she gets annoyed and says she needs it for her back. I've bought her fancy ergonomic pillows, smaller bolsters, even a weighted blanket, but nothing replaces this giant U-shaped wall. What do I do, Rob?
This is hard. She's gotten dependent on it.
Man, that's all you need is like a little AI bot in your ear and a body pillow by your side. You don't really need you don't need a human.
You don't need no man?
You don't need no man.
Oh man, this is hard because I do really relate to the idea of like figuring out your physical system to be able to fall asleep. Like I fall asleep weird now and I can't fall asleep any other way, which is a pillow under each shoulder and my head raw dogging the mattress. And like I've gotten dependent on that. Like that's just how I'm comfortable. So this woman found her system, but it happens to be literally cock blocking her husband.
What if she put the pillow on the side? What if he pitches that she put it on the side? It's kind of hard to get out of the bed then, but she could just put it on the side next to her nightstand, at the edge.
I think, she has already said it has to be where it is. Oh, I know what I got the solution. Is this what you're saying, Natasha? They should keep the U pillow on a special hook or closet in their bedroom, and that she only brings it into the bed when it's actually time to sleep. So when they're in bed together, they cuddle, they talk, they fool around, they finger each other. He fingers her, she fingers him. And then when they're done with all of that activity and it's time for like, good night, honey, smooch, smooch, she gets the pillow, she puts it in between them, and she can be comfortable and they can still have intimacy.
Well, that isn't what I was saying, but I like that idea. I think that's a good idea. I was saying she could put it on the other side so she still has it like, lengthwise, but it goes nightstand, body pillow, her, him, and then, that's what I was pitching.
It doesn't quite make sense to me, the more I think about it, that you couldn't have the pillow on the other side, because couldn't you just turn your body in a way?
That's what I'm saying.
But what's up with that? There's something deeper going on here where she's like, oh no, I couldn't possibly sleep in the other direction and get the exact same support from the pillow that I get by putting it between the two of us.
Well, to be honest, sleeping with someone your whole life, that's a lot. They didn't used to do, I think that's kind of modern. Like kings and queens, they would all have, rich people would have their own bedrooms.
Oh, kings and queens. Then, one would sleep in Normandy and the other would sleep back home in London?
I guess, but they certainly didn't share a bedroom. And then remember, even sitcoms in the 50s, didn't they have two twin beds?
That was because of like decency laws, honey. Although my stepmother and father did have separate beds. That was because they were incredibly religious. Do you want to be incredibly religious?
No, I'm just saying, though, it is maybe she's really feeling her own space.
Well, that is the thing. And so that's why, but he's feeling bothered at the lack of intimacy that the pillow has created. And so I see it as two options. Well, three options. He sucks it up, grins and bears it. Eventually their sex life dives completely and they separate. Two, put the U pillow until it's like actually bedtime. Or three, they find a way to find that kind of physical and conversational intimacy outside of their bedroom, and they keep their bedroom for sleeping, right? So you do the cuddling and the chatting on the couch, and you talk about it openly. Okay, fine. If this pillow's going to be here, we need to have a little more like physical intimacy before we go to bed. Let's do couch time together. We'll watch movies, we'll cuddle, and then when it's time to go to bed, we go to bed. Or they could try, and this is a little bit more of an unusual option, experimenting with the pillow, inviting her in, seeing what it feels like to be intimate with all three partners, actually physically intimate with all three.
Actually, now that I hear you lay out all the different options, I'm kind of agreeing with your one where you set it aside and then bring it back. You don't put it on a hook, but it goes wherever it lives, and then you kind of invite it up afterwards, and just kind of telling her I'd love to because Because the thing is, she's a tired mom of a toddler. She needs her sleep. And if this thing helps her sleep, she should have it. She's got a system. But yeah, I think the thing doesn't get to come up. Maybe it has hours, like it's midnight to 8 a.m.
It's like a gremlin. You can't feed it after late at night, but you can invite it up. I like that you invite it, like all coy. All right, pillow, are you ready to come to bed? And it crawls up. Yeah, I think that's right. Find a home for your U-shaped wall. Have it live somewhere else. Say it explicitly. I want you to be comfortable when we're sleeping, but I also want intimacy with you when we're in bed. Can we have the U-shaped pillow live here until it's actually time to go to sleep? And that'll be the last thing we do at night is you grab your pillow. Solved it.
And you solved it. And like all of our advice, not only is it right, but then see how she responds, because if she responds,
you get more information.
Because if she responds and is like, no, hell no, what are you talking about? And like, it gets really defensive or whatever. It's like, well, maybe there is some intimacy issues, but you have to try this practical thing first.
If she responds that way, she's fucking that pillow. No question. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
This is an audio-only episode, so the listeners don't see what I see, but you're frickin' wearing a cashmere sweater right now from Quince.
That's true. I love Quince. They have beautiful fabrics, beautiful materials, gorgeous sheets. I'm staying at a little Airbnb right now, and the sheets are like, I'd say 70% polyester. It's like, am I a diva if I order some Quince sheets to come? Because I'm here for 3 weeks. Is that rude?
All you have to do to find your inner Natasha is head over to Quince. Get their wool coats, which look designer level but cost a fraction of the price. You can be the diva that she is without spending diva prices. They've got $50 Mongolian cashmeres. They've got premium denim that fit like a dream. They've got luxe outerwear, and it's all reasonably priced because they've cut out the middleman and go direct to you. Find your fall staples at Quince.
Quince partners directly with top-tier ethical factories. They cut out the middleman and then deliver luxury quality pieces at half the price of similar brands. Go to quince.com/honeymoon for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/honeymoon to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
As the world falls apart into chaos and void, there's one thing that doesn't need to fall apart at all, and that's your body, thanks to Function. We chose Function Health because it's the only health platform that gives us data that most people never get, and the insights to start doing something about them. Inside Function, you get access to test over 100 biomarkers, from hormones to toxins to markers of heart health, inflammation, and stress.
Also, for an additional fee, you can access MRI and chest CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. It's a near 360 view to better see what's happening in your body. And that's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and Dr. Jeremy London are all behind Function Health.
Listen, real preparation starts inside your body. Before the first fever or cough knocks you down, that's where Function comes in. You get access to these biomarkers that impact your immunity so you can see where your body might need backup before illness takes hold. Your vitamin D, your zinc, your ferritin, high sensitivity C-reactive proteins.
What's your blood cell count, Moshe? Do you know what your WBC is?
Listen, I know that all of this can feel a little overwhelming and like mumbo jumbo, but I feel empowered when I know what's going on in my body so that I can access preventative medicine rather than waiting until something goes wrong. And that's where Function comes in. Learn more and join using our link. Function, the near 360 view to see what's happening in your body. We'll give our first 1,000 listeners $100 credit toward their membership.
Visit www.functionhealth.com/honeymoon or use gift code honeymoon100 at sign up to own your health.
All right, one more. Let's do another.
Okay, this will be our last one.
All right, Natasha, and you enjoy your time in the country of Canada, and you enjoy your time with that laptop that is operated by water wheel. I think that's really cool they still do it like that. All right.
Okay.
The final letter is Dear Toxic Producer Laura and her
Oh,
assistants.
I think I was going to read this one, Moshe,
Oh, go ahead.
because you just did the last one, didn't you?
I did not, but you can do
Oh,
this
okay,
one.
then you go. No, you
You're
can
the
go.
movie star. Hey, if you're first on the call sheet in our marriage, go ahead. Dear Toxic Producer Laura and her assistants, my wife and I keep our finances somewhat separate. And usually, did I say my wife? Yeah, okay, sorry. My wife and I keep our finances somewhat separate and usually take turns paying our babysitter. But every single time, she Venmos the sitter about $5 more than she's owed for the hours worked. I finally asked her why, and she said it's because she wants to be the favorite parent. Now I feel cheap, but I don't think we should be competing over who tips better. The babysitter hasn't said anything, but I can't help but notice she always thanks my wife first. Should I start matching her just to stay even, or should I let her win this weird little game? I mean, this is so weird and funny because he lays out the options, but there's a third option, which is the obvious option. He shouldn't match his wife. He should double it, double the amount, and then he should seduce the babysitter.
I'm confused why people are so petty.
Well, you know what's a weird bit of information in here?
This is like a joke, right?
I don't think so. This seems real. Here's what's weird. They keep their finances separate, which not every couple does. I understand some people do. But the combined information of we keep our finances separate and my wife is playing a weird little game with finances in order to curry favor with truly a teenage girl. Like what there's something weird psychologically happening with their financial separation stuff.
Also, why does Jacob, the one writing this letter, want to be the teenage babysitter's favorite parent?
Ah, there's a good question. He could take the L and have it be a W by just being like, yeah, well, I'm the dad. I don't want to be the favorite parent of this teenage girl. So great. Let her have her little thing.
Right. Like, why is he like, I need to be the most favorite parent of our child when Tina comes over?
Well, I think, first of all, think it's funny that you think any teenagers are named Tina anymore. Second of all, think it's funny that you have ascribed the negative thing to the husband who's just remarking on the thing that the wife is actually doing. She's the one that started
she's saying it.
Yeah, she started this psycho game. Here's a thing he could do. He could buy her a big, inappropriate gift at the end of the year, like a diamond tennis bracelet, like a $16,000 diamond tennis bracelet. Then he would not only not be the favorite of the babysitter, who would be very creeped out, but also create real stress in his marriage.
I like that. Also, it's weird to want to play like games with your partner where you win. That's like a very specific type of relationship. Like you and I don't have that type of relationship, right?
That is so true. It is very weird.
This does not appeal to me.
Yeah, and to have it be a teenage girl that is the person, the widget with which you win your little petty game. It's all very bizarre. I think this person should just never think about it again and pay the babysitter what she's owed.
But also, don't forget, it's nice to tip people, and it's nice if you have the extra $5 or $10 to give it to them because they're just trying to buy a salad for 6 hours of work.
But here's the problem. I do relate, and I thought it was going in this direction, but it ended up not. It ended up going in a much weirder direction, which is it is weird to have one partner be the the more tipping partner because it makes you look bad. If you're always like giving the amount that's owed or just a little more, and then you have a partner who, when she pays, is like, oh, let me actually give you the amount you're owed dignity-wise. It creates this weird thing where you're like, wait, you're making me actually look bad. You're not just hooking her up, you're unhooking me up. And so communication about that kind of stuff is important, where there's you're both given the same amount, so it doesn't seem like one of you's cheap.
But that's putting a lot on this teenage girl. She thinks that the one who, when we pay a babysitter, it just obviously comes from both of us. Sometimes you get some extra money.
No. If every time you paid the babysitter, it was $10 more than every time I paid the babysitter, she would notice.
To be honest, Moshe, I have to tell you something.
You do this. I know you do this. And it is annoying. It's annoying.
I don't do it to win a game. I do it because the babysitter charges too little because they're like young and, you know, it's like, why can't I? And they do the dishes.
No,
The
no, no.
teenager does the dishes. I'm going to definitely give her a tip.
This is the whole point of hiring a teenager. It's a very clear financial transaction. You hire the babysitter that's 15 in order that you pay less. And what you get for that less is a babysitter that is less capable of handling an emergency. So you hire an adult, you're paying them like $30 an hour, and what you're paying for is their ability to call 911. You hire a 15-year-old for $12 an hour, and what you're saving on is their ability to in any way have any possible safety mechanisms put into place if there's an emergency. You just accept that risk. That's what it's all about, babe.
You know what I'm realizing?
What's that now?
I'm realizing that this babysitter could be like 40.
I know, you're right. I've thought about that the whole time. We don't know that this is a teenager. Well, I think, Jacob, I think this is my real advice to Jacob.
I was a babysitter, so yeah. So I guess now I'm thinking, but I was always a babysitter when I was in middle school and high school.
What was your hourly rate? Do you remember?
Probably $3.50.
Oh my God, that sounds like a beautiful time in history. My real advice to Jacob is look the other way, let your wife win this one, but observe if there are many little financial games that are being played between you and your wife. And if there are more little weird financial games like this where she's trying to win, then it's time to have an actual conversation about money and the way that it operates in your relationship. Well, Tosh, I feel like we really, I would say, fucking nailed it on this episode.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. It's interesting what people are up to.
Yeah, what are you up to?
I'll tell you what I'm up to. I'm trying to like be a big person.
What's that mean?
Like being, I don't know, nice.
What?
I'm trying to be like a nice person in life.
Oh, to whom?
Everyone around me.
Everyone?
You too.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could deal with that, honey. I don't know if I could deal with that. It would feel a bit like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'd be like, who is this woman? And what have you done with my wife? What brought about this big feeling of wanting to spread kindness in this world?
By the way, I get in a bad mood all the time.
What?
And I get demanding. I'm just saying I'm trying to work on it.
What brought this about?
I don't know. It seems like the world's about to end.
Oh, the world's about to end, so you thought maybe you'd be nicer for the last 6 months? That's cool. Dude, I've been feeling something
maybe then we could like move it towards goodness. If everybody all that energy.
It's funny you say that because I did have a thought the other day that like the first person to start a religious movement where the whole thing is like a neo-hippie religious movement. I think we are about to cross into like 1960 cult compound religious order situations again. And you know what I'm saying? I think that's going to happen. And I think that the first person to call it like the decency church or the church of kindness, where like the only thing that matters is interpersonal softness and kindness, gets 100,000 parishioners overnight. I think that is the disease of the modern era, is that kindness has kind of atrophied and died. We forgot that ever mattered to us. And most people are innately kind, like interpersonally, when you interact with people, most people are nice, and most people are feeling the evaporation of interpersonal kindness that has come part and parcel with increasing populism and anonymity on the internet. People are thirsty and desperate for a worldview that says no matter what, be kind to one another. And I think we should start a church.
Well, I think it doesn't even have to be a church. It's like part of many religions, like my Buddhist practice is called Kozen Rufu, and you like chant for world peace. And I think that the feeling of just desiring peace also helps lead you into kindness.
No, but this is my
And I
point.
think Christianity has kindness and Judaism has everyone has their type of like the
But
kindness.
this is actually the point that I'm making. Every faith tradition already has kindness built into its fundaments, and all of them slowly, as politics and xenophobia and populism and fear and agitation and warmongering has started to swallow up culture after culture. All of them, one of the first things they're doing is rejecting the kindness directive from their faith tradition and saying, no, this was never what this was about anyway. I heard somebody today saying, I think Jesus would have been anti-immigrant. And sincerely. So the point is, these all, and by the way, it's not just Christianity, it's every religion, every order, every philosophy, even I would say Buddhism, if you look at like what's happening in Myanmar and other places, they're the fundaments of what they were all about are slowly becoming rejected. And so somebody that forges new ground and says, okay, no, we're the church of actual kindness is gonna garner so many followers, and it will be good for the world, I believe. So like I said, I'm starting a church.
I hear you. I'm down. I just think that the whole idea that we all have to be a part of one thing, or you should just learn from everything. I never can understand that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the only way for people to get nice is for somebody to start a church saying be nice. I'm saying that the disease in the modern era is cruelty to one another, is dehumanization. And so as we enter, obviously it'd be wonderful if nobody needed a religion at all to be able to figure this stuff out. I'm not saying that that's how humanity will come to kindness. I'm saying if you want to start a cult right now, the best way to do it is to start the cult of kindness.
It's called Canada, babe.
Yeah, you're right. It is called Canada. Maybe I'll join you there.
That is one thing I love about Canada. Everyone defaults to niceness. It's like, men try to grab your luggage and they open doors and they're polite and a little chatty, but you know what I mean? It's like everybody's like super
little chatty. How quickly your kindness directive falls apart when having to converse with an Uber driver. Natasha, I miss you. I can't wait until you're home, and I can't wait until you buy a new laptop.
I love you too.